日本時間6月12日、ドジャースの大谷翔平選手が敵地でのパイレーツ戦に1番 DH で先発出場をしました。この日の大谷選手は0対0で迎えた3回表に2試合連発となる13号本塁打を放ちました。打球速度 107.7 マイル、約 173.3 キロ、飛距離391フィート、約 119.2 メートル、角度21度の一発の見事な先制弾に敵地も騒然。大谷選手はこの本塁打でメジャー通算300本塁打まであと8本、日米通算350本塁打に残り10本としました。また、この日は2打数2安打、1本塁打、1打点、2四球の活躍を見せるも、左膝の炎症で7回に代打を送られ、途中交代する場面がありました。ここからは、その様子を字幕付きでご紹介します。
And Nomar, you mentioned Shohei Ohtani's great numbers also against Mitch Keller, 364 with 2 home runs. And Shohei really just continuing to swing a hot bat coming into this game, Jerry, since May 12th. It's hitting even 400, 6 homers, 23 RBIs.
Yeah, about a month or so ago, everybody was saying, what's wrong with Shohei Ohtani? Well, it's the season. You're not going to hit 600 for 6-7 months. That's impossible. He had a little problem with his swing. He's made some adjustments. Now we're seeing it pay dividends. He's staying square. He's trusting his hands. And what I love, that the power, yes, it's there. But the on base you see, he's getting on base, drawing his walks. But I love the fact he's going the other way with power. Last night, lefty on lefty climb against really good velocity here, dead center field. When he's doing that against left-handed pitching, that's when you know Shohei Ohtani is locked in.
Well, listen, not only just that one, he also got robbed. He just needed one more push-up, and there was another. He had 2 home runs yesterday, but that too was the opposite field. We mentioned when he was having struggles where that front side and those hips seemed to open up at the same time, but now you see that front side staying closed and staying back and driving the ball the other way. Listen, we know he can pull it, and he definitely does that, but when he's doing that, he is really hard to pitch to. He also stays back more on some of these off-speed pitches as well. We weren't concerned about it. I know we had to talk about it, but it's like, listen, we're not concerned about it too much. It's still early, and man, we are seeing it.
Last night's starter Shohei Ohtani is in the starting lineup following a busy night. He had a home run in Game 2 of the series. You could argue should have had 2. Brian Reynolds robbed one, but he's back in there despite the heavy workload yesterday. He's got good numbers against Keller.
Well, he does. He has 2 home runs against Keller. You know he wasn't going to miss tonight's ball game. As you mentioned it, he is swinging the bat extremely well. Hit a home run yesterday. That was a 99-mile-an-hour fastball deposited over the center field wall.
What did it mean, though? Let's go back now that you've had time maybe to digest what happened last night a little bit and see your family and friends and see everybody's reactions. What did getting that first homer in the big leagues out of the way mean? And the second one on top of that?
Yeah, I mean, it meant everything. Just given the last year that I've had and everything that I've overcome, to be able to put it all together and all the hard work, day in, day out, the swings and the grinding rehab days, for it all come to work and for it to show out is great.
We saw so many of the reactions here with the crowd, the dugout, your teammates. But what was everybody's reactions back home? Because I'm sure your phone had to have been blowing up, especially that first home run being off of Shohei Ohtani.
100%. Yeah, I got back and there was hundreds of text messages and all my family and friends reaching out and everybody that supported me along the way. I mean, takes a village, and everybody that was there, I'm glad they could all celebrate it with me.
The baseball side of that moment a little bit. Spencer was saying last night he was surprised at the movement of Ohtani's fastball, especially against lefties, but he said you were somebody who noticed it right off the jump and were able to adjust. So when you were stepping up to the plate, what did you notice about the way he was pitching last night? Because you put together some really good at-bats, whether it was a walk or, of course, the home runs.
Yeah, he was throwing his fastball down a lot, and his fastball has a pretty natural cut motion to it. That's honestly pretty different from majority of pitchers you face. There's not really spin on it, but it gets on you pretty quick and it cuts inside a lot. And he was using it at the bottom of the zone, I noticed, to a lot of the lefties. So I kind of just took advantage of that, watched everybody else's at bats, see what they thought, and he gave me a pitch to do it on.
What type of confidence does that give you with yourself offensively right now then, that you were able to notice that stuff against one of the best pitchers in baseball and execute?
I mean, a ton of confidence, obviously. At the end of the day, I've said it before, it's the same game. It's stuff you do in high school. You watch how high school pitchers are pitching, and generically, like, the guy's got really good stuff. He's going to do what he knows he can do to strike guys out. And so if it's throwing the force him down like that day, then I'm going to play his game and roll with it.
Well, you certainly rolled with it. You rolled with it all the way back to the dugout. You had some curtain calls last night with the fans, but I think one moment that everyone wanted to see that didn't happen was the silent treatment in the dugout for your first Major League home run. Were you surprised at all that everybody was celebrating?
Yeah, I was surprised. I don't think a lot of guys on the team knew that it was my first home run since it's my first one with the organization and stuff, but I think in a moment like that, everybody was just too fired up to do a silent treatment, so it worked out well.
Marcel said he was aware, but he told me, hey, when it's Shohei Ohtani, he's gonna celebrate it. So were you happy that in that moment, all right, you got to put on the welding hood and you got to do the whole thing?
100%, yeah. That's a moment I'll look back on forever. It was amazing.
The Tyler Callahan game, and for good reason. His first 2 big league home runs hit in the same night. First one off of Shohei Ohtani, that ball we think is in the Allegheny River somewhere, but the second one, thanks to a fan named Gavin from Baldwin High School, was able to give it back to Tyler Callahan last night in exchange for a few autographed items. Callahan was happy to have that ball back in his locker. It now sits in his locker in a case, along with his first out recorded as a pitcher, which happened on game 1 of this series against the Dodgers. It was a Pages ground out, Joe. So we were saying, are you a two-way guy now? He said he told DK, if they're ever a case again, they may be up by 20 or something, he's in. So DK was thrilled to hear that.
Currently standing in the box is a statue.
About 15 years early before that one that goes up at Dodger Stadium.
Swings through, strike 2. Keller's payoff to right field. Valdez turns and watches it fly. Ohtani's second home run in as many games breaks the ice in this series finale. 1-0 LA. Now 5 for 12 with 3 homers against Mitch Keller.
Would you believe maybe a statue while you're still active? Again, just kind of flicks that ball out there, but the whole point of it is he gets the barrel of the bat to the ball and it's out in front. And yes, the body position doesn't look great, but it is behind the bat.
Still hit that about 108 off the bat.
I mean, it really is amazing.
Third home run in the last 5 games for Ohtani. 5 in the last 13.
I mean, actually, the body position is great. It's just that he was reaching for it. And look, if you ever wonder about body position and how blah, 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 just look at the Kirk Gibson home run, right?
Now Pages shoots one the other way.
That's more like a true cutter, just a few miles per hour slower.
That slider, though, roped out of here, and the Dodgers lead 1-0 on Ohtani's 13th home run. Immense power.
I didn't think it was high enough.
Well, the Babe used to call his shot. Maybe he was just waiting for his pitch, and it looked like he wanted that one.
Yeah, there aren't many. I mean, that you always worry about going down and into a lefty with the breaking ball. That one actually was, you know, a backdoor breaking ball. Might have got to the middle of the plate, but still, to be able to blister it like that on the line into the seats is impressive.
And as you pointed out, Keller, one of the toughest to homer against. But Ohtani is so special, eclipsing 50 home runs in each of the past 2 seasons.
Let's go down to Kirsten real quick.
Thanks, Stephen. So first, let's start with Justin Robleski, who we saw come out of the game earlier. The Dodgers have now reported that he left the game with a right hamstring contusion. Then, of course, we just saw that Santiago Espinal was pinch hitting for Shohei Ohtani, and the Dodgers have announced that he has now left the game with left knee inflammation, guys.
Oh, thank you, Kirsten. I have some time to process that. Donnie Kelly coming to the mound.
It was not easy. Yeah. Dodgers were up 5-0. Second straight night, they had a 5-run lead. All of a sudden, it's 5-4. Then it's 8-4. They hang on 8-6. But it is concerning to see Shohei Ohtani have to leave this game with left knee inflammation. We'll get an update on him and Robo.
Yeah, we're talking. That's what we're thinking about. Robo and obviously the big show. Hopefully, their injuries are not serious. But back to the game. Dodgers, outstanding job. Scoring 8 runs. We talked about in the pregame show. Score 8, you're going to have a pretty good chance to win the ball game. The Fighting Buccos, I mean, give them credit, man. They really play the game hard. Dodgers are still victorious. And how about Tanner Scott? Slamming the door, striking out the side in the ninth.
But let's begin, Jerry, by talking about Shohei Ohtani. It's always concerning when you see someone else come in to pinch hit for him when the game is still in the balance, and then we find out he's got knee inflammation on the left knee, something he's dealt with before in his career.
Yeah, and listen, inflammation, you know, we've had it before. I know I've had it.
Still
Hopefully,
have it.
Yeah, I still have it. Hopefully, it's just one of those things where you understand, hey, you know what, there's some information, get some ice on it right away, allow it to calm down. Dodgers were ahead in the game, felt like we were comfortably ahead. But obviously, Shohei Ohtani had a great day at the plate. Anytime you have dealt with the injury in the past, you want to be more proactive to make sure you kind of hit it at the pass, so to speak, and make sure you get ice on it right away, calm it down, and hopefully it's something that's not serious like you dealt with in the past. So obviously Shohei Ohtani means so much to this ball club, not just offensively, but also obviously on the pitching side as well. So we're going to wait to hear from Dave Roberts, hopefully get a chance to hear from Shohei Ohtani as well, give some information. So we're hoping it's just a minor thing.
First, let's kind of start with the injuries. Shohei, we saw that he left the game with knee inflammation. How is he feeling, and just what is your level of concern with that?
Not high. I think that we tried to be smart about it, and talked to the trainer and said he had a little behind the knee, a little hamstring. So just wanted to be smart and not push it. So I feel good about him being in there tomorrow, but obviously with the travel tonight, we'll just kind of see how he comes in.
Was there something that sparked it, or was it something he's been kind of feeling?
No, first we heard about it. So I don't know if it was when he tried to steal second base or what, but didn't hear about it last night, didn't hear about it today until about the 6th inning, something like that.
Did Ohtani, do you know if it happened on a specific play tonight, or kind of how you manage it going forward with him?
I don't know which play, what caused it. My assumption is, I haven't talked to Shohei yet, but my assumption is it was trying to steal second base. But I don't know. Obviously, I think that we got to be smart on the bases and not take chances if we don't really need to. So if that was the cause, I don't really know right now.
Is that something sharp pain or a little bit discomfort or thing?
Discomfort. It was more discomfort, yes.
Shohei had surgery on left knee in the past. Is this the same area?
I don't think so. I think it's more hamstring versus knee. It's behind the knee, but I think it's the attachment of the knee and the hamstring.
Is it something where he said, I can't go anymore, or are you guys just trying to be kind of proactive?
More be proactive, yep.
He didn't pop or anything, right?
No popping.
At bats from Shohei, especially coming off of a taxing day yesterday to do it.
Really good at bats. I mean, even to he got robbed of a homer. He took some walks. The balls that he was hitting to the big part of the field, the homer that he hit. It was really good, especially, after an off day or after a day he pitches where he's usually mentally and physically fatigued. He was really locked in tonight at bat.
All right, so at least for now, we can all breathe a little bit easier. Dave Roberts saying his concern level with Shohei Ohtani is not high. Jared, we got some more clarity on what Shohei was feeling, saying it was behind his knee where he was feeling some discomfort. And Dave Roberts even left it open for him to possibly be in the lineup in Chicago for Game 1 of that series.
Yeah, you know what's amazing? I would have that behind the knee when I was with Baltimore. I was a younger guy, but as I got older, that stuff subsided. The good thing is it is behind the knee, so there's no structural in the knee where you're worried about meniscus, ACL, and certainly it's not what he dealt with. I think it was 2019. Dylan Hernandez reported it. They had surgery on. But that being said, go through your routine. He's going to have his pitching routine tomorrow. See how he feels. He has to feel, 100%. I feel great. if he's going to be in the lineup. If he doesn't feel 100%, you know, this kind of feel, you're done. You're not playing that day. Let's get some treatment on it. Make sure this totally subsides. We can't risk this behind the knee turning into a calf or a hamstring, because I think that's what I'm concerned with. I don't think it's so much the part of the knee. It's behind the knee where you have the hamstring and the calf. You know, the muscles are joined there. So I think that is the biggest thing, more concerning for me. So Sho has to be completely honest, and he's got to be 100%, man, I feel outstanding for him to play. If he doesn't, I would take tomorrow off, because you got to remember, I know it's a shorter flight, but it's still a flight. You're still flying to Chicago. Be very careful with this thing.
I agree with what you said, 100%. But at the same time, as a manager, though, you're probably also going, okay, my player's probably going to say, I feel 100%, even though you know you're dealing with it, or do you take it right out of their hand? I know the difficulty that Dave Roberts has is you don't have Teoscar, you don't have Will Smith, you have certain guys that are already on the IL, and you want his bat in there. Once again, this same lineup just scored another 8 runs. They had a good job. The amount of runs they scored in Pittsburgh was impressive. But honestly, you don't even want to mess around with this. This is one, he just pitched in last night's game. You have this kind of flare up, like, just take it out of his hands. Like, even if he feels great, it's one of those, Jared, you and I always just hear what Dusty would say, you feel great, good, take another day. Yeah, like, it's just one more day, regardless, if you're coming off the IL, whatever, maybe coming off an injury. But even if you're just feeling something, you can afford it, you're going into a new series. Right now, you've got to trust your guys, and everything can pick up the slack. Maybe you have him maybe just pinch hit if it needs to, but I would really take it out of his hands, just because, listen, what you're dealing with and already have some of these guys on the shelf, you don't want to mess with it, because obviously he's not only just your stud hitter, but he also a pitcher in there in your rotation.
Was it raining in Chicago? There were tornado warnings, right?
It was earlier today.
So I wonder if there's going to be, if they're going to rain a little bit tomorrow. Another thing with Shohei, you got to be mindful if it's some raindrops on the ground, meaning the wet ground, you're going to, rounding first base, you got to be concerned with. If he does play, you're banned from stealing a base. You're banned from stretching a single into double. So you're kind of taking that side of the ball from him a little bit. You got to understand, he's a DH. If he's playing, you cannot stretch a single and double. You cannot steal a base. 50% running, hit a ground ball, you can jog. Obviously, you want his bat in there, because he is game-changing with the bat, as we saw with the home run again tonight. But if he's in there, man, 50% max, you cannot risk anything. He is too valuable.
And also, you got to factor in, because, like you said, Nomar, he's also the ace of the pitching staff, at least has been to this point. And Dave Roberts said he will go through his routine tomorrow in between starts. He will throw in Chicago and maybe see how that knee feels, because that is that plant leg.
And that's another factor, too, because it's also the routine that he has to go to prepare. It's not just a matter of, hey, we take one day, okay, fine, like a position player, because you're getting in there. He also has something that he's preparing to pitch as well. And if you have something that's going to stop you maybe from doing all of that is needed, that too, not only the hamstring, Jerry, that you mentioned, a calf or whatever with the leg itself, but now are you messing with other parts of the arm, because now you're favoring it, you're thinking about it, worried about when you pitch. So that's the concern. That's what I'm saying. This is something that they really just sometimes may have to just take out of their hands and say, here's your day, whatever it may be. Even if it's like, okay, just go through your routine, you feel fine, but let's just stop it at that and not worry about playing. Just get yourself prepared. But we'll wait and see, no doubt. We'll wait and see. We're all concerned.
Top of the third, bases empty, 1-out, scoreless game. The rubber game of the 3-game set between the Pirates and Dodgers. Full count. Shohei Ohtani goes deep to right center field. Again, Michael, we looked at the replay of this. Didn't even look like he was on balance. It didn't look like the ball was hit high enough, and somehow this goes out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you put a pickleball paddle in his hand right there, that's a pickleball shot. He just flicks it right over into the, what's it called, the kitchen. He hit it into the kitchen at the Miller time. This guy is just a phenomenal player. He's so fun to watch. I hate that he did that against us, but at the end of the day, he does it against everybody.
As much as he means to the team, you get a little nervous when you see Shohei come out of a game.
Yeah, I mean, he's the best player in the world. So hopefully he's all right. I have no idea anything. So I just saw Santiago go up there. So hopefully he's all right.
That's kind of like all of us. We were like, wait a minute, Santiago Espinal is suddenly pinch hitting for Shohei Ohtani, but it worked out well. Hopefully the good news on Shohei Ohtani continues in the coming days as well, Nomar, but we should do a little breakdown on that 13th home run of the season.
Yeah, it was really impressive, and we're going to have to go Access 360 and have another look at Shohei Ohtani and just the sheer power that he has. We know he has power, but Man, even when his timing may be off, he still has enough power to drive it out. He gets 3-0, gets ahead of the count, 3-1, fastball strike. Then they come with a cutter. All right, he misses that, but now 3-2, and what do? We're not coming back with a fastball. We're not coming what you expect. 3-2 slider, and it's down in the zone. Not a bad placement for a slider. It's actually a really good pitch here. But look, he's still out in front. He's out front. His timing isn't perfect, but out in front. But I love the way he keeps the front side, his shoulder closed on that. He's head down on it, extends the arms out there, and it's like he almost just throws a bat, just flicks it out there, and he lets go with one hand because he has to extend so far to reach that ball because he was out in front. Most of us, we do that. It's a weak fly ball to the outfielder, and they're just camped under it. For Shohei, that's a souvenir for a fan because he's so kind, but also he just has that much power and can still drive it out of the ballpark.
You know, start of the season, I didn't really call Shohei Ohtani a lot, but I've called Shohei quite a bit the last month or so, and it's been fun being on this ride. Both of us been red hot and called shot, and Shohei on the mound at the plate. So it's been a great ride, and hopefully Sho's back in the game tomorrow night.
Would you have someone to pick tomorrow if he's not playing?
Well, we'll make adjustments, Sean. But right now, you know, we're focusing on Sho being in the lineup tomorrow. If not, we'll pivot.
Anything within your pitch mix you were specifically hunting that you couldn't find tonight? Was there one pitch in particular you're trying to get to that you just couldn't?
Not really. I mean, I felt like I threw some really good curveballs, and they were laying off of them for whatever reason. I mean, they're really good hitters, so just got to execute better, and maybe just got to pair them, sequence them better, or whatever it may be. But yeah, we'll get back to the drawing board and get back after it tomorrow.
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。